All right, guys. Welcome back to ArtosisCasts. This is the fourth and final ladder game between Sharp and Snow. Snow right now leads 2-1. We'll see if Sharp can tie it back up. His only win was on Litmus in their first game, so we'll see if he's able to do that once again. It really, as I've said, so many games have come down on this map to that. The speed shuttle's bombing in versus the push going across the map, and both players taking a bunch of damage, and who dealt with both better? We'll see if this happens once again on Litmus. I've seen so few macro games here. I think that if you got into a macro game here, it would be really, really interesting, but it's just not something that you tend to see. Honestly, I think if they did something like put some mineral patches in the center, like just like, you know, 16 minerals a piece or 32 minerals a piece or something, you know, like on Monty Hall, something like that. Maybe something like that would slow down the pushes enough to make the game get into a really interesting state. I'm not sure, but I think something like that would be interesting. Let me know if you have another idea that could fix the problem on Litmus of literally never getting into a macro game at a high level. I myself have played maybe 2 macro games here, and most of the games were just decided super early. You know, it's just... But I vetoed the map relatively quickly, too. It's just kind of a uncomfortable map to play on. The shape of everything is very weird. The pathing, it's tough. Okay, we have the forward gateway here from Snow and from Sharp. Looks like he's probably going to go for a factory expansion. Checks his main base a little bit. Of course, there is buildable terrain back here. You could technically make proxy gates there. But if you're going for a factory expand, you're not that afraid of proxy gates. It's more about just having a good enough SimCity to allow you to get your factory up. Because once you get a vulture, you pretty much shut it down. Yeah, what I was talking about with the mineral patches, like imagine like 48, 48, 48, 48, 48, something like that. I don't know. The thing is, something like that could potentially break it badly, too. Like, what if you siege one tank there? It's like, oh, that's closed forever now? Well, now we can't ever get over there. That might make the map really Terran favored or something like that. Protoss might have to mine it out very early. I'm not sure. Anyways, just some ideas popping into my head. I think it's fine to just trash Litmus and be like, all right, that one didn't really work. You know, we have maps like that, which were kind of weird maps that were brought out that just turned out to be garbage. Third World comes to mind. Inner Coven, although I did enjoy watching the games on Inner Coven. You know, Sparkle was true garbage. That's like next level garbage, like legendary garbage. So a Zealot came up for some pressure, but the Marines and SCV will push it back. And, oh, 2 factory play here from Sharp. So Sharp going to get very, very aggressive. I don't mind play like this. Like, 2 factory, I think it's been interesting to watch it rejoin the metagame. It was super not used for a really long time, and now we do see it every now and then. This is funny. A lot of Protoss players would just push the ramp here. And actually pushing the ramp here, well, he's making a vulture, so if he had pushed it instantly, he would have been able to scout the 2 factories. But as soon as the vulture comes out, that basically becomes impossible. This is really smart to make the vulture before the add-on, because this makes it look like it's probably an expansion. And by the way, this is a range expand. I think it's a good choice against Sharp in general. Sharp is so vulture heavy that having range can be very helpful, and he's so aggressive. And range is like super key for holding things like 2 factory. But he's making a bunker. He's really selling it right now. The 5th Marine is like more careful than most pros ever will be in this situation. So the 5th Marine might have made Snow think like, what is this really? What are you going to make? Robo. Okay. All right, so 2 factory push going to be incoming. So this particular variant will probably just be 2 siege tank. It'll be a little bit more vulture heavy. It's a little bit easier to put this push together than a proper 3 tank push. And he's actually going to push without the second tank ready. I'm not sure that I love that aspect of it. I think having that second tank adds so much to the initial push. But we'll see how this goes down micro-wise. We have 3 Dragoons. The Ranger is a 4th Dragoon on the way. Another Gateway on the way. I think Sharp has enough to just break through everything. So he has mines. He has 9 mines. He has a ton of Marines here. He has the tank and another tank right up here on the way. So here we go. He lays a couple mines. I think you do not want to do that. Yep. Those mines were not really needed. This is such a common thing as Terran lay mines in a push like this, you shove a unit forward. Wow. He pulled that perfectly. He knows there's a mine here, by the way, so he's going to be very careful with how he tries to do it. The 2 tanks really, really dominating right now. The mine is making it so you can't really chase him down. Really good targeting from Sharp as well. Excellent. Oh, the probe surround is serious here. Where's the vultures? Oh god, he's got 2 vultures in the mineral line, and then more vultures coming down to stop the tanks. Goon coming out, and it pops out near the mines. Okay, well, that has to be game. Yeah, every single probe seems to go down. GG is called, and that is going to be that. Okay, so, I mean, at the end of the day, they're tied up 2-2, but the Dominator game was like the game where they showed the most different skills, and Snow did win that. I don't really value 2 factory pushes like as much as a game like that. I mean, it was pretty well done from Sharp. There was the one thing where laying the mines wasn't quite needed yet. If we can jump up to that, maybe. I do want to just check this real quick. So this is such a common thing. So you have all these high health Marines. You literally have right now 6 Marines with perfect health, a siege tank, and then you have 3 vultures, and you're going to have vultures rallying down really quickly shortly because of speed. And look what he's playing against here. Okay, so 3 siege tanks, 3 Dragoons is totally non-threatening. 4 Dragoons is where it gets dangerous, because 4 Dragoons will 2-shot a vulture, 1-shot a Marine, or 2-shot a tank. 3 vultures don't do, I keep on messing up. 3 Dragoons don't do any of those things. There's no reason to lay offensive mines here, especially against the vultures. Just take all your units and target. His army has so much more firepower than what he's up against. He can just target things down, and laying the mines makes it a lot closer. There's just no need. Let's take a look. We'll speed it down a little. Like, he's laying these mines. Do you need this to zone these from running up to your tank? They can't run up to your tank because it would take them 3 volleys to kill it, and you'll kill them in that time. Like, you'll kill 2 of the goons, basically, and the other one will be super badly hurt. So this was like just like an automatic muscle memory thing where you, in this situation, you need to not do that. Because look, he sees it, he's like, oh, you did that? And suddenly we go from like all this high health stuff to 6 perfect health Marines, 2 vultures, and a tank, to 4 with 3 of them damaged badly, 1 vulture. And all he's killed is 2 zealots. He traded 2 Marines, a bunch of Marine health, 2 vultures for 2 zealots. If he literally just shift attacks, clicks all the units, he wins the battle. So, yeah, the mines, that was not a good mine lay. Other than that, I think it was really good. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Kind of anticlimactic games 3 and 4, but yeah, games 1 and 2 were really, really interesting. You know, at least we can look at some of the fine details of micro and rushing and stuff, I guess. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.